in the book of Zechariah, chapter 7. Let me see exactly what. Chapter 7, verse 13, it says, therefore it is come to pass that as he cried, they would not hear. So they cried, and I would not hear, says the Lord of hosts. So when this judgment actually comes, got people, oh God, oh Lord, oh Jesus, and whatever they be saying. And most high, he ain't gonna be hearing that shit, because while the fun times so-called going on, a lot of people don't even be thinking about this. So I know when I go around people and I speak on certain stuff like this, they're ready to cut me off and I don't want to hear about it. Yeah, tell people about certain stuff on the news, or I don't want to watch that news. That's scary. You know, the Most High is scary. He want to orchestrate all this. Let's see. The book of Proverbs, chapter 1, verse 24. It says, because I have called and you refuse, I have stretched out my hand and no man regarded. And how Most High stretch out his hand? Put the spirit on certain men and let you know what's up. To warn you. And you've been bamboozled, thinking them guys to be in them suits, in them big ass coliseums. That's what it really is. In the big ass coliseums really care about your well-being. They actually let to take from you instead of give to you. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 1, verse 22. It says, how long, ye simple ones, will you love simplicity, and the scorners delighting in their scorner, and fools hate knowledge. Turn ye at my reproof. Behold, I will pour out my spirit into you. I will make known my words unto you. And this is how his words being made known. Because it's really a lot of people don't know about this information. This book been around through generations in your family. And even still to this day, a lot of people really don't know. It says, because I have called and you refuse, I have stretched out my hand, and no man regarded. But ye have set at naught all my counsel, and with none of my reproof. I will also laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear cometh. When your fear cometh as desolation, and your destruction cometh as a whirlwind. When distress and anguish cometh upon you, then shall they call upon me, but I will not answer. And that's how the Most High get down, man. Ain't no faking and trying to pump fake. It says, they shall seek me early, they shall not find me. Know that they hated knowledge and did not choose the fear of the Lord. Because once again, the fear of the Lord is understanding who control these storms, who control how much rain pour down in the city, who control how much lightning strikes it is, who control the earthquakes, the volcanoes. Once you understand that, it'll make you better fear. Then you get hit by one of them lightning strikes like them people over there in India. They get swallowed up in the flood. Like over there in Germany. They'll get caught in some random ass gunfire, and it won't even be random, it actually be meant for whoever it hit. That's just how stuff line up. Put a few more precepts in this but simultaneously while the dollar collapsed. Let me see. The main valuable things is gonna be wisdom and knowledge. Actually being able to apply this stuff, not just really just reading scriptures, actually living it, being in certain situations, knowing not to commit adultery, knowing not to eat certain type of foods, knowing not to trust your enemy, not living by the sword, being more spiritual than carnal, loving your neighbor, knowing who your neighbor is, because just because a person might look like he can be close to you, that don't mean they for you. They could easily be against you at any moment. All this different stuff. Being able to apply that, having discernment, that's going to be more valuable than anything. Knowing not to take the RFID chip, knowing that that's the actual mark of the beast. That's what I said in the book of Isaiah, chapter 33, verse 6. It says, and wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord is his treasure. Let's see, cool. Probably one more precept that I ain't gonna say. Yeah, I just pulled a few, didn't I? And it's the book of Matthew, chapter 6, verse 33, which I like how that lined up. 'Cause you had 33 and 6, and then they say 6 and 33. It says, but seek first the kingdom of Yahweh and his righteousness, and all these things should be added unto you. So if you're really diligently seeking the Most High and you're calling on him, not just in the bad times, but when times are good too. Hey, all type of stuff coming your way. I know from a personal perspective. All type of stuff be coming my way. Different opportunities. People want to meet me and speak with me, and the list goes on. And they always ask what I'm into. That's what I'm into. All the other stuff, that's just secondary shit. In the book of, let's see. It's the book of Psalms, chapter 112, verse 1. It says, Hallelujah. Blessed is the man who fears the Lord, who greatly delights in his commandments. And the commandments, they're not grievous. They're grievous to somebody that want to be wicked, but they prosperous to the person that want to be right. It's in the book of Proverbs, chapter 14, verse 26. It says, He who fears the Lord is secure and confidence, and his children shall have a place of refuge. That's why you should, when you know this information and you're applying it, you shouldn't be walking around with your head down. When you go through your adversity, you shouldn't feel all dusted and disgusted. You're supposed to have some confidence about you. Be sure, not just thinking. Actually know. Let's see. One of the precepts on the pool. That's it for that part. Let me see. Let me go to the book of Daniel, then I end this off. All right, building on what I was just speaking on even more. This book of Daniel, chapter 12, and verse. I'll just read on down. Verse 1. It says, And at that time shall Michael stand as a great prince, which standeth for the children of our people. And it shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And we read all these different accounts, like the stories where they besieged Jerusalem and cut off stuff from going in and out. They had people in there eating each other and shit like that. They had different wars breaking out. Whole cities and shit getting wiped out. All type of stuff is going on, from the floods to the Sodom and Gomorrah stories, all this other stuff. They say it's going to be a time of trouble such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. So the stuff that's coming down the pipeline now, hey man, the only thing you can hope and pray for is that Most High really have your back when all this shit be popping up. It says, and then at that time, people shall be delivered, everyone that shall be found written in the book, and many of them that sleep in the dust of the earth shall awake, some to everlasting life, some to shame and everlasting contempt. And they that be wise shall shine as a brightness of the firmament, and they that turn men into righteousness as the stars forever and ever. And that's what that wisdom and that knowledge gonna do. Like I said, wisdom causes a man face to shine. Let me pull it out. That's one of my precepts that I like. Just pull it out, just pull it. I wasn't even gonna pull this, I'm just letting stuff flow how it flow. It says in the book of Ecclesiastes, Ecclesiastes chapter 8, verse 1, it says, Who is as the wise man, or who knoweth the interpretation of a thing? A man's face maketh his face to shine, and the boldness of his face should be changed. And you see a lot of men like that now. especially those who really live in and know how to interpret these scriptures the right, proper way. Let me go back to this. In the book of Daniel, chapter 12, verse 3, it says, they that be wise shall shine as the brightness of the firmament, they that turn men into righteousness as the stars forever and ever. But thou, O Daniel, shut the words, and seal the book even to the time of the end. Many shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall be increased. And we in the time now, you can just type in anything. Whatever you can think of, you're trying to find parts for your car, you're trying to find a new book, you're trying to find out how to build a computer, you're trying to find out how to make a certain type of dish, you're trying to find out how to fix some plumbing in your house. All this knowledge is out there, bro. And that's because we in this time, right? Jump down just a little bit. So in the book of Daniel, chapter 12, in verse 9 it says, and he said, go thy way, Daniel, for the words are closed up and sealed, so the time of the end many shall be purified and made white and tried, but the wicked shall do wickedly, and now the wicked shall understand. That's why some people really don't understand this. No matter how much you highlight a book and open it up for them and read it, or send out videos to them, break down precepts or whatever. It says, but the wise shall understand. And from the time that the daily sacrifice shall be taken away, and abomination that maketh desolate set up, there shall be 1,290 days. Blessed is he that waiteth, and cometh to the 1,305 and 30 days. But go thy way to the end be, for thou shalt rest and stand in thy lot at the end of the days. So those men, those back then doing what they was doing, they back now doing what they supposed to be doing. And it was already written what was going to happen to the society. We ain't need Esau red ass to make no videos and put an MIT team together in the 1970s to let it be known. Hey, you already had the elders and apostles. They've been breaking this stuff down, talking about what's going to happen. And they helped wake up a lot of Akim around the earth because of the works that they put in. So they call all Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah, Shalom to the left. Padawan, righteous artists, edifying.